Hello everyone, we made it to Techtonica's final destination, level 16, Unknown, in where there's a giant space sand trash can. To get this thing operational, we're going to need 1000 spectral cubes, which were also found on this floor. They were right here. I'm just gonna make one real quick in the back here, because I want to see how long this is going to take. So I got a bunch of supplies on me. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That is not super fast. So I'm just gonna have this being made in the background here. However, you might also notice that there is a bunch of sand here. And we are going to have to get rid of this. I was looking on the map and it seems like this is a ball-shaped area underneath. So my theory is when we place, say, a sand pump around here. Yep, it will pump all the way to the bottom. And now it is time to start stacking. I think this is going to be tall enough for now. There isn't actually that much sand on this floor, or at least the refill rate is pretty slow. And as you can see, even one of them will already be enough. So honestly, this is probably crazy overkill. Now there is going to be one slight issue here, and that is we don't have any power. However, I do have some cranks on me, so I guess we're just going to have some temporary cranking power. I think one should be enough to support the entire line. And in the back, I'm going to have 2 crushers. Both of these are just going to output in a chest for now. There are better ways to get rid of all the sand that we're going to collect, but this is just easier. Time to start snaking down for the output. Alright, I will admit, this makes me question if 2 is even going to be enough. I think it's going to be too little. We don't really have much space here, though, which is the other problem. Alright, while we're setting up things, I'm just going to have some of these manually run. It's actually draining really quickly. This was just engulfed because I couldn't build any farther, and now we already can. Now the reason I'm not hooking it up to our elevator yet, where all the fuel is because I want to have a more straight line instead of going all over the place. And let's see how this is going. It made us 8 cubes so far. Let's put the ones in there that we already had. 21. We're going to need multiple of these, that is for sure. We're draining fast enough to the point where I feel confident that we can place a conveyor belt around and start connecting it to our inputs. So the neat thing is, these stack inserters, or just any inserter for that matter, can grab directly from this line. So we're going to pump all the pure fuel over there. Saves up on a lot of space that way. Right, pure going in. Never mind, impure. Alright, all this should be running. You know, for how much faster our dig speed is compared to refill rate, it actually goes really slow still. I am surprised about that. And this is the point where I'm going to be setting up multiple of these assemblies. Provide us with the spectral cubes. Now I would do everything automatically, completely. However, our crafting hub just does not have the output capacity, because the elevator doesn't have that many slots. So we're just going to have to put in some of the items here manually. Well, manually into these chests. And I know I could technically just shove it straight into there, but for now, I want to collect it and do it all at once for the first one at the very least. Alright, they've all been set up. Now we have to put in the items. So it's going to need carbon frames. Then the next one is going to need the sasemite ingots. And then we're going to have to get the iron frames, the reinforced ones. Technically, I think only sasemite ingots are fully automatic at the moment. So we could probably just hook that one up. That just saves on a little bit of time. Yeah, they are. Sweet. Alright, the reinforced iron frames are in as well. The sasemite ingots are going. These should now be creating them. Heck yeah. It's only doing 1 a minute. I will admit it's a really slow process. How far is this one? 33? It's almost done though. This is basically the last craft. We might just have to add on to this if this is gonna take way too long. Hey, but you look at that though. The sand is going. And there goes the first colorless cubes of the line. It is actually ridiculously slow. Like 1 a minute it says, but it's probably slower than that, to be fair. Right now though, I'm going to add an entire other side to this. That will double the output at least. But hey, slow times 2 is still pretty damn slow. Alright, I got a bit tired of waiting, so I created an assembly tower. Kinda works with the same principle as our sand pump tower does. However, this creates so little output that I can just make one line straight down. All this connects up back to that chest. And it looks like we're just over a quarter of the way. And this should almost double that production speed again. Right, I have some good news. I found a redundant line in the crafting hub that we can use for shipping all the other items. So currently I have 2 conveyors set to deliver the unrefined fuel to our refinery. However, I don't think we need this line, because I had to place that one down when we had so much fuel in the system, but we don't anymore. All this needs is a bit of an upgrade, of course, and this should be able to keep up easily. That leaves us with an unused line, where we can just shove in all the frames. So yeah, because we're pumping them out of the elevator right away, we don't really need a filtration system of putting them in, because it should technically never overflow. Alright, there we go. All of this is going automatically now. Ooh, we're almost halfway there. Hell yeah. I will admit, our sasemite ingot production seems to be crazy slow. Why is that though? We are producing, I mean, not many, but a decent amount, right? Actually, why is it suddenly speeding up? And then it goes slow again, okay. I guess it's just the cycle of the crushers. I guess it's the cycle of the stems. Oh, it's not pumping out the sasemite powder fast enough. Yeah, so it cannot crush because it's full. Okay. You know, simple fix for that. Just add a chest for buffer. And there we go. Now it should be able to pump everything out again. Which means crystals should go a bit faster. For an update on the cubes, we now have 600 out of the 1000. I'm looking at the tech tree, because I wanted to see if there were any, like, assembly speed boosters still. We have all the regular ones, and that means that the only one is left is the yellow core research booster. And it's also ridiculously expensive, 400 just for the core boosting to unlock. We don't have a single one, by the way, I'll mention that. Because we're not producing green ones fast enough, so we should probably get on that, to be honest. The problem I'm having with the green ones at the moment is relay circuits are really slow to produce. So there's two different recipes to make them. One is with 50 of the advanced circuits. That is currently what I have mainly running. Then the other way is this. It creates the same amount. I think this is technically slower than the other one as well. So I might just have to put down a couple more of these. Ooh, we actually have a new way I just saw. It creates double the amount. It does require gold ingots though. We are running into that issue again of this crafting hub not having enough in and outputs. Alright, I think I found something that can potentially save us. So we have this set up here. One of the byproducts that this creates, of course, is Shiverthorn coolant, or the Shiverthorn gel, or whatever it was. I think technically all we need to do is change out a couple of these planters with tier 2s if we have them, and this should go fast enough. So we can pull an extra line from here and hook it up to this over here. But that should mean we have one extra open slot, and with that slot we can put in the gold. Now, this is going to be much faster, because this is pretty slow, and it only does 4 a minute. How much does this one do? 8 a minute? I feel like we've been ripped off. This one goes... What? You're telling me that this entire thing is kind of pointless? Actually, it's worse? I mean, fans are not that expensive, man. And that's the only difference in these recipes. I'm mad. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna add another regular one to this one, then. I could be switching out all of these, and honestly, I probably should. But we'll see how this goes first. How are my colorless little cubes doing? Ooh, we're almost there. Wait, that stack's 800? That is such a weird stack size. Also, how's the... Oh my god. What the hell did we just unlock? Is that the void? Let's go... Ooh, that seems toxic down here. Okay, well, I guess it's fine. Is there anything below here? Because it doesn't look like it is. Okay, we ran into the issue now that carbon fiber bricks are out. I mean, it makes sense, because look how slow all the productions are going, man. We're definitely gonna have to upgrade some things. I would imagine steel frames, because that was the issue last time, and I doubt that the couple tweaks I did to that fix it. Oh no, actually it isn't. It's the carbon powder bricks itself. Also not that surprising. We're not producing a lot of those. Are they even making anything still? They kind of blasted through here. No, and I guess that is the problem why. Alright, well that should be going again. Actually, I'm also looking at this. We have another crafting recipe I see for relay circuits. Scrap ore, as well as gold ingots. That one isn't that bad though. How much does that create? Also 8. And imagine needing 4 different recipes for a bloody item. And they're all hella slow. I think most of them sadly stopped working now. But hey, we did reach over 1000 cubes. Let's throw them in. Repair terminal.
Outstanding work, groundbreaker. Combined with the efforts of the Sergeant, Mirage has signaled to me that you have created enough of the sasemite cubes to lower the intensity of the decay wave considerably. If nothing else, this is a start. I will not pretend to understand the interplay of energies here, but we should return to the area in front of the monolith. From there, the Sergeant can begin to open the portal, and from there, we can begin to send the cubes through. If there was anything you still wanted to explore or build, or if you don't have the time to witness what I suspect will be a considerable series of events, you may want to restrain yourself from approaching the portal.
Oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Also, next up we need 8,000 cubes. We will, let's say, slowly work on that. It's only tier 1. I wonder up to how high this goes. Yeah, we definitely need to increase our productions a fair bit. You know what? I would say, let's go to the monolith. Why does it say that it's up here, though? Is it a different monolith I'm thinking of? Oh, I guess you need to be on the top of this one. I was thinking about that strange rock that's on level 8. I guess no, we have to be up here. I guess it makes sense. This is where all the cubes are, after all. Alright.
Incroyable.
Groundbreaker. I want you to attach a beacon to one of these cubes so the pulse room can track its position. We're going to send one through as a probe.
No, sir. It has to be us. We have to step through it ourselves before the cubes can enter.
Permission denied. That portal could lead anywhere.
I know where it goes. I know now. I know.
The Calixians. They're channeling through her.
Portal readings beyond calculation. Means to assist you will be unknown. Sparks. Please reconsider. Sparks.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Davika. We've come too far. Groundbreaker, take us in. Are we floating?
The Groundbreaker remains grounded, but yes, the rest of us are somehow capable of levitation here.
The beacon is transmitting. It seems we have been teleported to the antipode of our former position. The other side of the world.
Is this place really what it looks like?
It is. The design is alien, but the intent is unmistakable. This is a rocket silo, encased in invincible stone that would have made it impossible for us to access through any means but the monolith, and what we see have built within it.
Vessels? No. Impossible. Those skyscrapers are the size of continents. They must be 1,000 times the size of the world bearer that brought us here. The fuel alone to launch even one of them would be inconceivable.
Unless an entire planet was dedicated to doing so. Imagine every resource within it acting as a supply channel. Each one providing unique resources for every stage of these rockets, crafting them piece by piece, missing only the blood to run through it.
A workforce. Harvesting and refining everything within Calyx. Feeding these monolith portals with supplies to build these behemoths.
Our greater purpose.
We came to Calyx to build a factory, but Calyx already was one. We came to build machines. We were meant to become them.
A fate we narrowly avoided thanks to the Groundbreaker. But the fact remains that we have not succeeded in removing the sasemite from Calyx by bringing it here. We will have to do more than feed it to these rockets. We will have to launch them as well.
No, we can't. You don't know what the writing on this screen says, do you?
We know you've been staring at it since we arrived, Sergeant. Don't leave us in suspense.
It's a targeting computer, designed to retrace the path of whoever comes here. If we launch these rockets, they go straight for Earth, with the cubes as a payload.
And then Earth becomes...
another Calyx. Or it would, if this sasemite hadn't been turned by the decay wave. because it was, Earth doesn't become a part of all of this either. It just reproduces the decay. It just kills everyone.
Another ending.
So, we were wrong about the Calixians having no plan for us, cutting off their process and then taking control of their own game against them. Even though we made it to their silo with our free will intact, they've still left us with only a single way to dispose of the sasemite. Firing this rocket at Earth and destroying humanity instead.
Wait. Once we load enough cubes to finish a rocket, I think I know how to use this computer to reconfigure the targeting. A cube can't do it, but the Groundbreaker should be able to.
Outstanding. Groundbreaker. Once again, it seems you will play a pivotal role in... Groundbreaker?
The energy of passing through the portal, it seems to have overcome the restrictions of their suit.
Is that... Could it be?
Pacific.
They appear to be in pain. Wait. They're attempting to speak. Sir, something is wrong with your speech synthesizer.
No. Nothing is wrong with it. Sir? Get back. The Calixian.
Perhaps, Sergeant. Perhaps not. If interrupting calixification left the three of us with so many unanticipated threats of our humanity, who are we to say that the Groundbreaker is not in a similar state?
The Groundbreaker has reopened the portal. They're taking us back.
Of course they are. They want to keep manufacturing the cubes so they can build these rockets, and then either launch them towards Earth, or, hopefully, turn them away.
Hopeful. Why are they always hopeful?
Sergeant, shake those ghosts out of your head!
They came to find a greater purpose. To do something that would make a difference. Something that mattered. They gave their lives for it, captivated by how all they had done remained so fragile, so inevitably pointless. And yet, when they find purpose, a chance to undo the very existence that has given them so much pain, so many empty promises, they shy away. Why?
Because we can. Because despair is not an argument. Because the echo of misery you've chosen to spread across the universe amounts to nothing more than a voice that already existed inside anyone who ever tried to make the world a better place.
And if we were not stronger than that voice, we would not be here.
You're right. Both of you. It's not me saying all this, but it is. But if I know better, I'm sure the Breaker does too.
We do not know what they will choose, or if they can even choose at all. We've done all that we can. As the Major said, hope is all that remains.
Hope. Everything we've done. Everything we've been through. The years, preparation, the people we lost. All this work, all these factories, and it comes down to hope? We did all this for hope?
Why, Sergeant? Would you have rather done nothing? And had no hope at all?
I don't know.
Does anyone?
Oh man. I think the cutscene broke my sound. I mean, it was already acting kind of weird to begin with, because the text was going kind of slow, like slower than they could speak. But yeah, it's completely broken now. Oh, the music is coming back. Yeah, I wonder if that means that if we max this terminal out, do we get the true ending? Do we get a choice? Also, I did see that there is something around here. Just looks like a cube. Well, I guess it's one more cube for the collection.
Warning. Task added to HUD. Source unknown.
Source unknown.
The groundbreaker has received an order to continue filling the monolith receptacle with cubes. This order was not received from Annex-Hull subroutines.
Perhaps you were correct, Sergeant. The groundbreaker has been fully compromised, and some consciousness of this godforsaken place is instructing them to complete their rocket and unleash it on our homeworld.
No, I don't think so. If that was their intent, I would sense it. But they don't feel that way.
How do they feel?
Conflicted.
Either way, from this point forward, I am afraid they are on their own.
They are. Good luck, Groundbreaker. Don't break my heart.
Oh, and that's the last 2 achievements that popped as well. With that, we got full 100%. But we're not done yet. So yeah, it does sound like we are getting a choice towards the end, or at least, you know, more content. But we're going to have to put in a lot more spectral cubes. And well, that is going to take a long time, especially if I have to speed up some of these productions. Also, if there's any other ways of getting carbon powder brick, besides the carbon powder recipe, of course, because you need 100 carbon powder to make the bricks, that one is pretty damn slow. So if there's any other way of mass producing the carbon powder bricks, that will keep going, because clearly the blast drills are not. Please leave it in the comments down below. The next episode might take a little while again, because, well, making 8,000 of these cubes at the very least is gonna take a while, and we'll probably have to do more stuff afterwards. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.